All right, it's live now, everyone. Please go to Hey ASEAN Facebook page on your mobile phone, if possible, or your computer. Then you'll see our faces. Okay, I see it now. Let me share this to my music page and my personal page as well. All right, so let's spend the first few minutes sharing this link. Ta-da. All right, while waiting for everybody to join. Okay, I think there are 5 people with us right now, 6 people, 7. Uh-huh. Okay, yes. 11 friends are with us right now. 12. Okay. So after a long time, I have not had Hey ASEAN Talk for many months. My last Hey ASEAN Talk was in December. The 55th interview. This is the 56th.
Okay.
Yeah. All right. If you want to see any comments, you can see below the video on your mobile phone. Okay. But I think there will be audience from both Facebook and YouTube channel who join in. And I could select and project some of the comments. For example, we have the comments here. Okay, let me show this. All right. This is our YouTube friend Kun Gawin Gorn from Thailand. สวัสดีครับพี่ Art and all ASEAN friends. สวัสดีครับ Okay, welcome Kun Gawin Gorn. Okay, because StreamYard, collects comments from both channels, from YouTube and Facebook. And while waiting for other friends to join in, we have Sada with us from Cambodia. Hello. Okay, hello. All right. So, welcome everybody from YouTube or Facebook to Hey ASEAN Talk number 56. And we're here with friends from We Are Unity music video. Welcome back. Welcome back, everyone, after a year that we have launched this memorable project that we did together during the lockdown over a year ago in Southeast Asia. We've been working together without seeing each other face to face. We recorded our own voice, our own music. We edited the video, edited the music from our own hometown, and then we could work together and launch the music video online and receive quite a impressive feedback from everyone, especially some of the VIPs or like government leaders in many countries. They have shared our music video for a good cause to promote international understanding and also to send encouragement and hope to everybody around ASEAN, around the world. I've seen a lot of people covering the song from outside ASEAN as well. Okay, so welcome back, our friends who joined this wonderful project, and also our ASEAN friends who have joined our live session via Facebook and YouTube tonight. Okay, let's welcome again Desmond from Singapore, and also Nadia from Singapore as well, representing Singapore.
Hello.
with her mom Lainey, representing the Philippines.
Yes. Mabuhay.
And we have our friend as far as Banda Seri Begawan in the island of Borneo from Brunei Darussalam. Welcome, Diana.
Hi.
Okay, so we have 5 people tonight to update a lot of things, like what we've been doing in the past 1 year. But probably 2 more friends could join during our live session, which is Davy from Indonesia and Mary from Myanmar. Okay. I've seen a lot of comments right now. Okay, first, let's greet everyone with ASEAN languages first before we reintroduce ourselves. Okay, let's Do you remember that last year we said hello in 10 ASEAN languages? Okay,
Yeah.
let's test again if you could remember all phrases. From Laos, from north to south, from Laos, let's say hello to our Lao friends. สบายดี
Idea.
สบายดี
สบายดี Okay.
Yeah.
How about Vietnam
Will.
friends?
ซิน
Vietnam
เจ้า
friends. Xin chào.
Xin chào.
Okay.
Xin chào.
And Cambodian friends.
จำรับสัว
Chum Rip Sua.
That's
All Suas Day.
I'm saying it
Chum
right.
Rip Sua, All
Yeah.
Suas Day.
so
Okay.
stay
okay.
How about Thailand? Thai friends.
สวัสดีครับ
Sawadika.
สวัสดีครับ Myanmar.
เมงกะลาวา
Mingalava.
Mingalaba.
Okay. Now down south to Malaysia, Singapore, Indonesia, Brunei Darussalam. Okay, you speak similar languages, Bahasa Indonesian or Malay.
อืม
So in the evening, what do you say?
Selamat
Malam.
malam.
วันมาลา
Selamat malam. Okay.
Mm.
How about Mandarin Chinese?
นี่ฮาว
Ni hao.
That's hello.
大家好
Yes. 大家好.
大家
Something
好
like that.
Ciao.
And how about the Philippines?
มาบูไฮ
Magandang gabi.
Magandang gabi.
Yeah.
Magandang gabi means good evening.
good evening
Yes.
Okay. And mabuhay means hello.
hello
Okay.
Mabuhay is a general greeting.
General.
Yeah.
Like sawadi.
Sawadi.
But
Yeah.
magandang gabi is like salamat malam.
Yes. Selamat
Wow.
malam. Magandang gabi.
Wow. Okay. So we have let me project some of the comments here. We have friends from Laos. Okay. Kun Vieng Sai said sabai di. Okay. And Rachikit said sawaddi krap Desmond and P Art. P means brother. We have our friend from Indonesia. Say hello. Hirawati.
Mm.
Okay. And Thailand from Cambodia. How are you?
อืม
And we have Sun
สมัน
Yeah.
มาลา
Tan, Salamat Malam. And our Cambodian friend typed in Thai language, Sawaddi. All right. Welcome, everybody. And thank you so much for joining. First of all, let us introduce ourselves one by one. Okay, before we go into update the situation in our respective countries and what we've been doing in the past 1 year. Okay, so first, my name is Art. I'm from Bangkok, Thailand. I always update a lot of information through Facebook and YouTube every Saturday night like this. And tonight is a special occasion to reunite with friends from We Are Unity music video project. Let our first friend from Singapore introduce himself to the audience, please. Desmond.
hello everybody I'm Desmond from Singapore I'm still in Singapore for the past 1 year can't go anywhere yeah I used to travel a lot okay however I'm still remain in Singapore I hope can start going second half of the year if everything goes smooth
Right. Okay. Desmond is in Singapore. Okay, now another two friends who live in Singapore, Lainey and Nadia.
Hello, my name is Nadia Zahir. I live in Singapore as well with my mom. I am graduating from school this month. So it's been a
Wow.
really
Wow.
hectic period of submitting.
Musical theater.
Yes, musical theatre. Yeah. It's been a bit of a weird year in school because of studying theatre and art with so much contact.
Uh-huh.
And now with no live, with limited live theatre, it's been a little bit difficult. But I'm
Okay.
just glad to be still in school when I know a lot of other institutions can't go back to school.
Right.
So-
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. And with your mom, Lainey,
Hi.
originally from the Philippines.
Originally from the Philippines, still from the Philippines. I went
Yes.
back to the Philippines last December.
Wow.
Really?
Oh,
Okay.
Yes.
quarantine?
Yeah,
You
I have
have
a
to
lot of
share
stories
this.
to share, but
Yeah, you
I'm
have to share
back
this,
and
please.
healthy, thank God. Done my first vaccination. Yeah, back in Singapore. But
Okay.
just like everyone else, especially Desmond, can't wait to travel again.
Yeah, me too. Me too. How about Diana? How is Borneo?
Hi. So far, so good. Like in Brunei, things are controlled. Everything, like we're getting our vaccines. Yeah. Wait. Also the same.
Wow.
Waiting to travel. Hoping for the best for the second half of 2021.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay. Seems like things are getting better or
Mm.
not.
Yeah.
Seems like things
Hopefully.
are getting better. Generally, averagely, things are getting better, right?
Yeah.
Mm.
God. Thailand, no. Okay. But before I update about Thailand, uh,
Mm.
let me ask you about Singapore, because Singapore,
Mm.
I think one of the countries that has managed the situation quite well. Okay, during the past 12 months, okay, we've launched the music video in April, the 12th of April, 2020, and during the past 1 year, how has the situation in Singapore been? What
Mm.
have Singaporeans done to fight COVID-19? Okay, in general.
Mm.
Maybe Desmond first.
Okay. So far, for the past 1 year, as of today, the total cases that we have is about 60,808.
Mm,
All right.
mm,
And
mm,
the
mm.
number of people fully recover is also 60,446.
Wow.
And we are also one of the lowest
Or-
fertility rate. I mean, the death rate is only 30.
Mm,
All right. So far, we are already entered into our phase threes. That means there are more business are opening up.
mm,
Okay. School also returning, student
mm.
returning to school. Okay.
Right.
However, uh, preventive measure is still in place. All right. For example, we cannot gather for more than 8 person. All right.
Eight. Eight.
It's
Eight.
yeah, correct.
Okay.
So you
This
go up
is
to eat or anything, you can have more than 8 person.
yeah. Let me modify this to the audience. In Singapore, I think this is a great idea to limit number of people for big gathering, not more than 8 people.
Yeah,
Okay. I hope
correct.
to have this, what do you call, like, measure or preventive measure
Yes,
Mm.
in
okay.
Thailand as well. In Thailand as
Mm,
well, because the third wave has hit Thailand a few weeks ago, because
Mm.
there were no rules about the limit of number of people
mm,
together. So we have like more than 50 people in the same room.
mm,
All right, that
mm.
that that
Uh,
that was really good
yeah,
idea.
we do have foreigners coming in. Mostly either they are those foreign worker, all right, or
Yes.
even transit through Singapore. So we still
Mm-hmm.
have cases every day on and off, but mostly
Uh-huh.
are imported cases. All right. So
Yes.
for
Yes.
community cases, we only have maybe one or two in a week. So the cases is rather low. So mostly imported cases, and once they reach the borders, they are being quarantined. Okay, they have they have to they will be served by a stay home notice or quarantined in a selective hotels or this. Right.
Ah.
So
So
Ah.
we
talking
Ah.
do.
about that,
Yeah.
Sorry.
talking about stay home notice. So I flew back to Singapore on 4th of January. And
Uh-huh.
so I had to do quarantine in Singapore for, I mean, we call it stay home notice. So automatically from the airport, you are driven, there's a lot of procedures, and then you are just driven to a hotel. You don't know where. And then that's it. That's your home for the next 2 weeks. Nothing comes out from you. You cannot go out. You can just open the door to collect your food. And
Right.
that's it. Um,
How many days for quarantine period?
14, 1 4. So 2 weeks.
14. 14.
Yeah.
Good. So everybody who would like to enter Singapore as of now have to quarantine themselves for 14 days,
Mm.
Correct.
either at
Except
either
small
at a
exceptions. Sorry?
either at a hotel or their own home.
No, you can't go
Hotel.
home. Automatic.
Okay,
It's
great update. So only a hotel.
Yeah.
only the government decides where they'll bring you. You can't choose your hotel.
Ah,
You
different
can't,
from
and
Thailand.
you pay for it. You pay for it.
You
And
and
can
you
you
can't step out of the hotel room, right?
can you?
Not at all.
Oh, okay.
You just stay inside
Very-
the room, literally inside the room. You can only open the door to get your food, and
Okay.
there's a big table in front of your door, and you can't even step out of your door. So for 14 days, that's the regulation. And a few days before your 14th day, usually 3 days before, they'll do a test, and then you'll be allowed to go out.
So how many tests do you have to do during the quarantine? First and
During
second?
the quarantine is only when you arrive in Singapore, they test you.
Okay,
Uh,
once.
and then every day you monitor your temperature was it 3 times a day or something like that? I have to
Uh-huh.
record it.
Mm.
Okay.
And yeah, and then before you finish your 14 days, before you're allowed out, you do another test. But I think
Okay.
nowadays they have changed the rules in terms of how many tests that you do. I think
Okay.
it's easier. Yeah.
What happened if you do not obey the rules by going out of your hotel room?
You will be charged. There's a law, so you'll be charged.
How
You'll
much?
be
How
penalized.
much?
Thousands, a lot of
A
money.
thousand,
I don't know
a
how
thou-
much.
like $1,000 Sing.
Not just 1,000. I think a few thousand.
A few
I don't know.
thousand Sing dollars.
Probably 10,000.
Okay.
Probably more like 10,000.
Okay.
But then there were cases where there were foreigners that were, did not follow the rules. The sad part is you are deported. I mean, you're sent out of the country straight away if you
Okay.
don't follow the rules. Sometimes they just impose a very heavy fine, but then there were many occasions that they really, if you're a permanent resident, they will reject your PR status. And if
Okay.
you have a work visa, that they will cancel and off you go.
I love it. I love it. I love the strict rules because it's for the benefit of the whole community, the whole
Yeah.
country,
Yeah.
the whole
Moreover,
world.
everywhere you go, be it going to the school, going to shopping mall, going to hospital,
Mm.
okay, you need to do safe entry. Anywhere you enter, you need to do a safe entry. That means you need to use a token or your identification card to
Yes.
record your name and your contact number, so that anything happen, they can trace you. See?
Wow.
So
Okay.
we have a token we call the trace together token. And Danny,
Okay.
have you collected yours?
Yes, we both have ours.
Oh,
So
and
you
the
just have the
token.
token. Yeah, it's just a blue thing, a tiny electronic equipment, and you
How did you
just
keep
with
it?
that, yeah, you just keep
It's
it
very
with you wherever
small.
you go. So they
With
can
with
track. Yeah, they can track if you're in a vicinity in an area where there was someone who is positive. They can track easily because all the information is there. Yeah.
Mm.
and
That token, you just only need to go near to a device. We call the gateway device. You just need to scan it, and that's it. They capture your data.
and question: do you the token is attached to your ID card or not?
No, it's not.
No.
How could everybody carry this with them? I
Mm.
mean,
Very
how
true.
could
Okay,
everybody?
we can collect.
Nadia will
Everyone
take the
is
token to
yeah.
show you.
Everyone we will collect the data, the token. Once you collect the token, they will connect your token together with your phone number.
Information. Yeah.
Yeah, phone number, and because your phone number, they have the data. They mean your name, your address, everything that connect to your mobile phone. So when anytime they need to activate you, okay, from the phone number, they are able to trace your data.
Yes, but how about if someone is not willing to carry this token with them?
Okay, if you do not want to take the token, you can download the Trace Together application online thing. All right. So once you go into any building, you need to turn on the application, turn
Okay.
on the Bluetooth, and you scan the QR code. So once you
Uh,
scan the QR code, that means
It's not.
you're already registered. Either
okay.
way, yeah, either way.
Nadia, you want
Uh,
to show?
Yeah, the
okay, Nadia,
token
you want to share
they look
something?
like this.
Okay.
Very small. It's very easy to carry.
Yeah, it's like
Yes.
the size of my palm.
How
Oops.
Mm.
and how could the government encourage everybody to do this like 100%? Is it compulsory or is it
I
voluntary?
think these tokens are mainly for elderly people who don't have internet or don't have or like the older community who don't have their iPhone to
Mm.
scan.
Yes.
But
Mm.
for like people of my generation, at every entrance of every establishment, before
Yes.
you enter, the people will say, "Can I see your safe entry code?" or "Can I see this? Can I see that you've checked into this place using the government's app?" And
All right.
if you refuse or you have not checked in, you are not allowed in this place. And this is enforced everywhere you go. Like I don't know a single place where you can
Mm.
go, even parks, even if you
Mm.
want to go for a walk in the park or
Even
the
Mm.
MRT,
or
Mm.
markets,
yeah,
Mm.
everywhere.
every specific office.
Okay.
Yeah.
But one question I really want to know, because culture is
Mm.
different in the world. There's so many there's diversity in culture. Some countries, they very care much of their privacy.
Mm.
How about in Singapore? How do people feel about their privacy?
Okay.
No, I
Let the young one
don't.
answer.
Yeah,
Go.
yeah. I want to know.
Uh,
We want to know. We want to share.
Yeah, we want to know. Nadia.
You,
It's a bit of there was a debate about it because
mm.
initially the only reason why we have this is to facilitate contact tracing, right? So
Hmm.
the intention is very good, but
Hmm.
because obviously this small thing actually is able to track everything that we do, every movement, where you've been, every single minute of the day.
Uh-huh.
So there was a situation where they used the information to actually, in a case, the police
Uh,
use it for something else. When it was
uh.
clear that the information should only be for contact tracing, but it was used for something else. So that
Okay.
there was a bit of a, hoo-ha from the people, and clarification were made in the parliament. But then, unless it's a criminal act, then
Mm-hmm.
they will use the information. But anything else other than really big criminal acts, not petty things,
Mm-hmm.
they made it very clear to the public that they're not going to use it against anyone. Yeah, so
Hmm.
it's a bit of a questionable thing. Yeah, because definitely
Okay.
you're being tracked.
Yeah.
But most people give their
Yeah.
cooperation to the
Yes.
government.
Actually, it's not compulsory to have that token. Okay, it's not compulsory. It's up to individual. Either you want to
Hmm.
collect the token or you want to download the application.
Right.
However, if you do not have the token or you don't want to download the Trace Together application, if you want to go to any building,
You
okay, which
cannot.
they require you to do such act, you
Yes.
cannot enter. That's all. You
Uh-huh.
cannot enter. So whether you want to go for a movie, you go to a cinema, you
Uh-huh.
don't. They need you to do a QR code. Okay, scanning. If you do not have the application or you do not have the token, sorry, you cannot go into the cinema. It's
Yes.
up to you whether you want to have it or don't want to have it.
Mm.
All right.
Okay. Oh.
And the government already specified very clearly that only 7 criminal offenses that they might retrieve data information. All right. So it's stated very clearly. Other than these 7 criminal offenses in the CPC, they mean the penal code. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
they will not okay uh decode the data in the trace together token.
Okay.
Right? So it gives assurance to every citizen in Singapore.
Okay.
Correct. Mm.
Great. How about Brunei, Diana?
So far, Brunei is
Okay.
almost like the
How?
same. Let me show the app. We have this app called Brew Health. So
Okay.
it's the same like Singapore. We don't have the token, but everyone is required to have a smartphone. So
Okay.
let me just show it to you. So it's something like this. Like, oops,
It,
where's the camera?
okay.
So
Okay.
you have to
Mm.
show all your information to say that if you're sick
Mm,
or not. Then if your code like mine is green,
mm.
then you get to enter places. If it's yellow, it's kind of okay. But if it's red, you're not allowed to go anywhere.
Oh.
Yeah. So at
Mm.
every establishment, like restaurants, parks, wherever, there's like a QR code that you have to
Uh-huh.
scan in, and
Uh-huh.
then that's how they keep track of you. But I'm not sure if it's as advanced as Singapore's that they have all your information, but they do know where you go.
Okay.
Mm.
Right.
How about
Yeah.
those senior citizens? Do they still need to? Everybody must have.
Oh, yeah, in some cases, like some people don't have
Mm.
their phones don't work. Like that app also can add family members,
Mm.
so
Oh.
you can check in for them, or they will put a book outside. You just fill in your name and your
Okay.
IC. Yeah,
Okay.
Okay. Oh.
yeah.
Okay.
They thought it through like for everyone. Like in cases your phone like runs out of battery, at least you can still check in.
Hmm.
Yeah, and then they
Mm.
put like thermometers outside the places.
Ah,
So shopping malls,
like
you check.
like every
Yeah,
ding 36.5. Something
yeah,
like
and then if it's above 37, yeah, you can go in.
ah,
Oh.
right. All right. So there's only one application
Yeah, only one
to
application.
track to track. Wow,
Yep.
in Thailand there are many.
Oh.
There
Like how?
two, two or three as of now. Two or three as of now. Yeah, different
Mm.
purposes. Um, uh, right. Um, so is in Brunei, Darussalam, and Singapore, how's the penetration rate for smartphones?
I think almost everyone has one.
Is there a problem? Is there a problem that some people say that they do not have smartphones?
Mm. Singapore, some of the senior citizens do not have a
Mm, mm,
smartphone or they don't even have a phone.
uh,
So if they don't have a phone, they use a token. If
uh,
they do not collect the token, they can use their identification card.
okay.
Okay, every identification card behind that there is a
Barcode.
barcode. Yeah. Okay, they can use the identification card to scan. If you don't have identification card, they can use other card to scan any type of the card, driving license, or even staff, some of the staff pass. You also
Yes.
can scan. So any type of identification, you can do it.
Yeah, my bus card.
Bus card, student
R-
card, bus
right.
concession card, also can.
Right. Okay. For some of our friends who have just joined the session through YouTube and Facebook, welcome everybody. We are Asean friends, and we are discussing about what we've been doing in the past 1 year regarding our uh, you know uh, practice with COVID-19 in countries around ASEAN. In Thailand, yes, we use applications on mobile phone to check in, and they can trace our locations, behaviors as well. But this is also voluntary; it's not compulsory, and there's no fine for people who do not follow. Okay, they just encourage people to do it, but no fee, no fine. Okay, um, and across regions or across provinces, we have to fill in electronic form as well. For example, like last month I went to Phuket. I needed to fill in the form. Okay, quite a long one, but electronically, that about my information, about my travel information as well. But now in Thailand, the third wave, the second wave has hit us during Christmas time.
Mm.
Okay, and it happened in some group of people, people who have worked in fishing industry, okay, in the seaside town near Bangkok, in fish markets. Okay, mostly like they're workers in like fish markets. But a few weeks ago, the third wave hit us,
Mm.
and this one, we needed to be very careful because now the number of the infected people like came up
Yeah.
tremendously. It's from entertainment places, pubs,
Oh.
bars, and related places. So now, from last year, that from mid to 2020, the number of infected cases in Thailand was around 3,000. Right now, it's 35K.
Wow.
Mm.
Yes, it's like
Yeah.
11 times. And the third wave has made the most increasing number of infected cases. Have you heard about the news?
Yeah.
um,
Right.
I'm not that proud to say, but it happens because in Thailand we used to say this a lot, guard, like Thai boxing, we have guard,
Mhm.
and now how do you
Put
say
your
like
guard down.
guard falls, like our guard
Oh,
falls
Yeah,
off, um,
yeah.
so that
You let your
everybody
guard down.
went
mm,
to
Yeah.
karaoke, they went to party with their friends in pubs and bars, and now they call it like the UK version
Oh.
Oh,
of is
The new.
117
The
type.
new
so
strain.
Yes,
and
and
it's
it's
highly contagious. Yeah.
easier to be infected. It's like 1.7 times easier than last year, the first version. This is
Yeah.
like the third version,
okay.
117 from the UK.
Did it
Uh,
increase with the Songkran festival as well?
hmm. So if you are near another person in the distance of 1 to 2 meters for 5 to 15 minutes in a closed room with air condition, you're prone to get infected. So now it's encouraged to stay by the
Oh,
beach. In the sun, in the hot sun. and the viruses will die, in the nature, not in a closed area like pubs and bars and even restaurants.
mm,
Today I went out of my home.
mm,
uh Very very few people in rooms, in closed areas, in restaurants and in buildings. Yeah,
yeah.
but outside I think it's safer outside
Mm,
the buildings. Ah, okay. Now about your personal life during the past 1 year. What
Mm.
you've been doing for your work? I mean, how did you adapt yourself? Last year we talked a lot about adapting ourselves to COVID-19, and
Mm.
now a year later, how has it been like for your work and personal life? Maybe Desmond
Mm.
first.
Okay. As usual, life still go on. So I'm
Mm-hmm.
still working with a hospital, a general
Mm-hmm.
hospital. All right. So comparing from the beginning where there's a lot of restriction, so
Mm.
now because of the stage three, so it's more opening up. So we see more people on the roads. Okay, we meet with
Okay.
more people. That's the one thing that I need a bit of the adjustment because I get used to lesser people.
mm,
Right?
Mm.
Suddenly you feel yourself so many people surrounding,
Uh-huh.
talking noisy, and sometimes people cough a little bit. You feel a little bit.
Under the mask. Under the mask.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We still have masks. We still
Mm.
wearing masks, but somehow there are a lot of people around, so we
Mm.
can feel a lot of different after a year. All right, so we still a little bit of concern, and even when we take transport in the train,
Mm.
okay, we are being told try not to talk on
Mm.
over the phone or talk to people next to
Mm.
you.
Yeah, yeah.
However, we still see people doing that.
okay.
All
Yeah.
right, so we are still
Yeah, in
can't
Bangkok too.
do a lot of adjustment. All right.
Mm.
So I mean, work as usual, and at the same time, for the past a year, I also take up some courses. All right.
Ah.
Upgrade. Okay. Because government encourage us to take up new skill. All right.
Yeah.
To prepare ourselves for the new norm. All right. The
Yes.
new so-called what IT things. So
Uh-huh.
have to upgrade ourselves, or regardless your age, or whatever. All right.
Okay.
So at the same time, I also quite concerned about our neighboring country, Myanmar. All right.
Uh-huh.
February the 1st, when they have this military coup. Right. So we are still
Mm.
concerned. So I still keep in touch with some of the friends or former
Uh-huh.
participant of the ship program.
Uh.
So whichever way, we will try to support them,
Uh-huh.
try to encourage them, because they are already living in a very challenging condition.
Uh-huh.
So as for myself, I will try my best how we could support them in one way or another. All
Wow.
right.
Okay.
Someone is coming in. Who is that one?
Now, yes.
Maybe.
David. Oh, David is here.
uh,
Hi, David.
Hi, Ka
Maybe
Devi.
you're mute.
Uh-oh. Oh,
Hello.
hi.
Hi, everyone.
Devi.
I'm in the car, so that's why I'm still
Okay.
using
Are you
my
alone in the car?
mask. No, I'm with Adi, my husband.
Okay.
He's driving,
Okay.
so but
That's
it's
why
kind
you're
of
wearing
dark.
mask. Okay.
That's why
So
I need to wear a mask. It's the
everybody
law.
who's watching right now, let's welcome our friend from Jakarta, Indonesia, Devi.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, you can do it horizontally for your mobile phone. Can you do it
Oh,
horizontally?
I
is it
can,
like
yeah, flip it.
this?
Yeah.
Bigger face. Okay, now
Okay.
we've been talking about our updates in each country. So we're going to, um, how about let's go to Indonesia right now. Okay,
Mm.
Desmond has updated about like the general situation in Singapore, what Singapore friends have been doing. You know, they're very, they have given their great cooperation to Singapore government so far, I think, and that has made the situation better. How about Indonesia in the past 1 year? How has
In
the
the past
situation
one
been?
year, whoa,
Yes,
that's
yes.
a lot to cover. But basically, in a nutshell, Indonesia it was pretty high. Yeah, 2020, we were leading as one of the countries with the highest number of COVID-19 cases. But
Yes.
fortunately, it has shown or indicated a downward trend. The one thing that is very positive is that a lot of almost 100% of the health workers have been vaccinated. Now we've entered the second stage, which
Uh-huh.
is vaccination for the elderly as well
Okay.
as public workers. Public workers means people who really meet a lot of the community, the public in general, like for
Mm.
example, policemen, firefighters, people who work in the traditional markets, teachers,
Right.
tourist
Okay.
guides, and journalists. So that's the
Mm.
second stage. And one of the positive things that I would like to, share with you all is that
Mm.
we have a government program called Vaksinasi Gotong Royong, and that's
Uh-huh.
coming up in the next few weeks. And that's
Yes.
where corporations can help with purchasing the vaccines
Mm.
on their own dime, and they will
Okay.
vaccinate hundreds to thousands of their own employees. And this is
Uh,
thousands of corporations that are taking part. So
okay.
Indonesia
So
is trying to collaborate, work hard together to reach
uh,
herd immunity by
okay.
next year,
Herd
early next
immunity.
year. Yeah.
Great word, herd immunity. So that means not only the government vaccines are allowed now, private organizations are allowed to bring in
Yes,
vaccines as
they
well.
will. The government will help procure and buy the vaccines, but the
Uh-huh.
companies will be the ones who pay. So
Okay.
there is no charge to the people, but the
Uh-huh.
corporations will pay the bill.
Okay.
But
For
it's
for
still
the
free
first,
for
still
everyone else.
free for everyone.
Free.
Good.
Because the government program is free vaccines for everyone.
Right.
So this vaccinasi gotong royong is the corporation's way to assist
The
Yes.
government.
How many doses do do people need in Indonesia? 2 or
So
3?
it's in addition to the national vaccination program. So there'll be two, one run by the government,
Mm.
free for all, and
Mm.
second is the vaccinasi gotong royong. Gotong royong is
Uh,
basically work together. Uh,
okay.
yeah.
Yes. But I mean the doses. The doses. Normally they get vaccinated 2 times.
Yes.
First dose,
So
second
there will
dose.
be the vaccinasi gotong royong and the national vaccination program. All of them use vaccines that require 2 doses.
Okay. And you'll
I
be.
already got mine
Oh, really?
because
How
I'm a
many times? The
journalist.
first
Yeah,
one. First
twice.
dose. Oh, twice.
Um, Twice. And I'm
Wow.
only 2 weeks in between. So the first dose I got late February, and then the
Okay.
second dose by mid March. So I'm
Okay.
vaccinated, and I'm happy. I'm happy
And
to have been vaccinated.
and how did you feel after getting vaccination? Nothing or
Um,
any effects?
Not
No.
no, no.
Okay.
Not
Happier.
the happier. Some of my friends say that they feel a little bit hungry after they get their first dose. I don't know
And
whether
go
it's
for
psychological or
rojak.
physiological, but they're like, I
Uh,
am so hungry now. I need to
uh,
get
uh,
something. But
uh,
there's no complications. Like you would sometimes, when you get the vaccine, sometimes you get like a fever, or maybe some body aches. But
okay.
I only felt a little bit of muscle sore where
Okay.
I was vaccinated. But
Uh,
other than that, I didn't feel any
okay.
complications or side effects.
Wow. Okay. Great to hear the updates.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Davy. Now
Thank you.
let's come to Lainey and Nadia. And Nadia,
Oh yeah, the question of
how
what
did
we've
you
been doing
manage?
with our lives.
Yes. How did you manage to study during the past 1 year?
It was definitely a lot weirder than my course usually runs because I'm studying musical theatre and that's a course with so much contact. And not only that, most like performances require an audience, and a big part of having an audience is having that energy like bounce off both ways. So I mean, we did a lot of film online work and things like that, which is great because our world is digitalizing as well.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, it would have been nice to have some of the conventional things a musical theatre graduate has. But I'm
Mm,
still very, very thankful that I'm in school. And I'm
mm,
not, I mean, because I know a lot of other courses
mm.
around the world, they don't have, I mean, they have so many limitations to the point where they
Uh,
don't even open like art programs. So,
mm.
yeah, I'm
Right.
glad to be studying and graduating soon.
Okay. Yes. And what will be after the graduation?
I currently teach at a music school as well. I teach toddlers and babies, and
Face to face?
yes, I do.
Ah,
Yeah,
okay.
I just have to wear masks, which makes my job a little bit harder. But because
Uh-huh.
they're babies, they don't. So I
Uh-huh.
think they don't mind.
Okay. So now
Um,
schools now in Singapore are opened
yes,
normally.
they are
People
completely
just have
open. I think just with safe distancing measures.
uh,
Like in the canteen, they have to sit at certain places. They don't get to play around. Because I used to teach speech and drama in primary schools as well, elementary schools.
mm,
So they just have a lot of regulations, which I think the
mm.
kids. I mean, I started. I went back into teaching when schools just opened, so I think
Uh-huh.
the kids were really not used to it. They were
Mm.
like come close to each other, then push each other away, or like they would just
Uh,
hug and then the teacher would tell them, "No," they don't understand. And I think
uh,
they're quite, some of them like are scared, The others are like, I don't care,
Uh-huh.
and some are just confused. Yeah.
Right. And Lainey, you've been working at home?
We initially work from home, and I have to crack my head on how to make it work for the office, of course.
Uh,
And then we did split teams, and now we are 75% allowed to go back to the office.
okay.
But it's an accepted thing now that it will never go back to normal. That,
Wow.
working from home or flexible work arrangements is the way to go in
Wow.
and that will never go back to the normal like before. So that's something that has to be. Uh, it took decades for HR to be convinced that this is the right way of doing things, and
Now,
people are pushing back. And just
uh,
one pandemic, and
yeah.
everyone doesn't want to go back to work.
Yeah.
So
So
our problem now actually is people are hesitant after giving it a try, and they know it could be done.
okay.
People are getting more and more interested to just stay at home and not go back to work, which is the other side of the problem. Yeah.
And does that mean like does that mean most people in Singapore now they love working from home more than working in the
I'm
office?
not saying most, but a good percentage
Okay.
prefers
More than
the
half.
flexibility. Yeah, they would
Okay.
like to go back to the office, but they like to have the flexibility of just working from home, as and when, or certain days of the week, or that kind of thing. So it's not full time going to the office kind of work. Yeah.
Do you think people in Singapore have self-discipline in working from home?
I think yes. I mean, I'll just say on behalf of my company and the people that I
Okay.
work with.
Yes. Yes.
Uh, we do not measure in terms of we're a small team, so we don't
Mm,
really have tools to measure how productive they are.
mm,
But
mm.
in fact, we know that they are really working. And the funny thing, in fact, is we work longer hours when we work from home, because
Yeah.
you start work early and you forget that it's already 7, 8 o'clock, and you
Yeah.
forget about dinner. Never mind, you carry on working. And there are times that you work 12, 13 hours, and that's normal. So that's not really the main concern. It's just really more like, especially for industries where you need to collaborate and you need ideas and you need people to be together in a room
Yes.
to brainstorm, and for the creative juices to build on each other. And there are people also that really wanting to have that face-to-face interaction with people, not computers.
All right.
So yeah.
Right. Um, how about in the Philippines?
It
Anything
was
you want to?
interesting. Yes,
Yes.
I went back home in December, so I experienced in the Philippines. There's also a Trace Together similar app. It's just that the rules are based on your local government. So depending on where you're going,
City.
so Manila will have their own thing.
Mm.
Bohol, where I come from, has their own rules. So I was quarantined. So I was quarantined in the Philippines, and I was quarantined in Singapore. So I
And how
was
many
quarantined
days
in
in
the
the
Philippines. I was
Philippines?
just quarantined for 7 days, and then if you test negative, you continue your quarantine at home.
Okay,
Yeah. So
17
seven
in a
plus
hotel.
seven. Yeah.
17 at a
Seven.
hotel, 17 at home.
Yeah. 7 plus 7. Yeah.
Yes. Did it
Um,
was it difficult for document process before
yes.
going off Singapore?
Yes. It was difficult initially because they didn't allow. I mean, technically, I hold a Singapore passport, so I'm no
Uh,
longer Filipino. So
uh,
I was not allowed to go in. So
uh,
I really waited. I wanted to go home because my parents are actually very old. And
mm,
because of the lockdown, my father developed dementia. And I mean, when your father cannot recognize you anymore, it's not a nice feeling. And he
yes.
was 92 years old then, 93.
Mm,
So I
wow.
really wanted to go home and be
Mm,
there and ensure that
mm,
everything's. So that's why even if I have to do 2 quarantines, I didn't mind. It was
Uh-huh.
very difficult to get the paperwork, but luckily friends are there to assist, and God answered my prayers, because just a few days before I left, actually, they made a rule that former Filipinos are allowed to come back. So that
Uh-huh.
was the only reason why I was allowed in. But of
Uh,
course, I have to ask for permissions from the local governments, and go through the process and paperwork and
right.
tests, and,
R-
and yeah.
right. How's like normal situation on the streets?
When I was there, it was. I mean, people are. The reality is poverty is real.
Mm, 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 mm.
What they say is, if there are, I don't know the statistics. Probably half of the people are really poor,
Okay.
and a lot of the jobs have been lost. And so
Okay.
it's a choice for them. If they stay at home and not do
Mm-hmm.
anything, they'll die because they've got no
Uh,
food.
uh.
So they'd rather go out and take the risk of getting infected, so that at
Mm.
least they can earn some living, get some food for their family.
Yes.
So
Yes.
I mean, you can't really fault the people from trying to find ways and means to have food on their dining tables, right? So
Yes. Yes.
it's a sad reality, and I think Philippines right now is really bad in terms of numbers, especially
Mm.
Manila. I lost a very good friend and Zahir's
Wow.
foster brother actually in Sayap, and we've been
Mm.
very close friends for 30 years.
Mm,
Uh,
mm, mm.
the whole family because of COVID. So it's really bad, and it doesn't see who's rich or who's poor. It just, if you get it, you get it, and
Mm.
sometimes So not I'm not very. I mean, I'm very happy with how Singapore handled it, but Philippines, I'm really scared. I'm worried for
Okay.
Philippines. Yeah.
Wow. But yeah, hope for the best and thank you for the updates. Mm. Because something that happens in one part of the world also affects everybody in the rest of the world as well. How about Brunei? Diana, for your type of job, you can you can work from home
We used to
most
work
of the
from
time.
home, but since we have zero local cases, we only have imported cases. So it's almost like back to normal here.
Oh,
So
wow.
everyone goes back to work fully.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah. So I work in the office with other people, and also because I teach, so everything is back to normal. We just have to respect. We just observe social distancing still.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and then because we have zero local cases, just important, but they're
Wow.
all controlled. So
Uh-huh.
great job to Brunei government for doing all that.
Yeah.
The good part is now we're on the escalation stage 5, so now we can have mass gatherings up to 1,000 people.
How many people?
1,000.
How 1,000.
Yeah, we're
Okay.
allowed to
So
have that now.
this is called stage 5 of Brunei Darussalam,
The
gathering of
escalation status.
people of up to 1,000 people.
Yeah. So
Okay, like
like
seminar, big
weddings,
seminar
seminars.
weddings.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah. But
Concerts. How about concerts?
we don't have concerts, sadly. um, it
Okay.
depends. Like some things for entertainment, it's a bit hard to do here. But small gatherings
Okay.
are fine. Like private ones are okay. But
Okay.
with every public gathering, you still have to scan the QR code within your
Okay.
Brew Health application.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, but
Right.
some people do it, some people don't do it.
Okay.
Yeah,
So
but
voluntary.
the great thing is, yeah, we don't have any worries at the moment, but we also have a fear of a second or third wave. But thankfully, all that has been controlled.
Mm. All right. Now, Nadia and Lainey will be back soon, I hope.
Okay. Yeah, they're
Okay,
here.
they're back. Okay. Maybe while they're adjusting their camera, should we talk a little bit about opening up the country? Okay. Hello. Welcome back.
Sorry,
Hi.
battery died. Didn't realize.
Okay. Shall we talk a little bit about opening up our country for international travels? Do you think when your country could open up to international travels, or it has already opened? Maybe Singapore this month. Now,
Well,
how about like
Singapore,
cross country
Singapore,
travels right now?
still in discussion with some of the country. I
Yes.
think we already opening up a border to some of the country like New Zealand. Am I right? New
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Zealand. All right.
Bubble. You
Uh,
call the bubble.
Yeah,
Travel bubble.
the travel bubble.
Mm.
Yeah, and actually we supposed to open to border with Hong Kong. However, because of the situation there changes, so we're still continue to discuss. All right. So we expect second half of the year there will be more countries opening up together with Singapore. All
Yes.
right. So I myself get ready the luggage. Once they're opening up, I will be the first one to go.
Okay. Now we just take photos, like selfie with
Yeah,
our luggages at home first. But you
yeah.
know what? There's a big campaign, online campaign by Singapore Tourism Board in
Mm.
Thailand. Okay,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
the campaign is like remember Singapore while you're in Thailand. For example, if you see durians on streets, think
Yeah,
of the
remember
esplanade
Singapore. Yeah.
and think of the esplanade, or or if you eat probably chicken rice, think of Singapore. Or
Okay.
if you see like lots of trees, like a big trees, probably you can think of Garden by the Bay, something like
Mm.
that. So
Yes.
it's like an online campaign to remind Thai people of Singapore,
Yeah.
something like
I
that.
think
Mm.
they
Mm.
are trying very hard to prepare. I mean, Singapore Airlines is the first airline I think that has this travel pass thingy with IAT. I mean, Devi will probably know the correct terminology, but they are really trying hard to make it possible for travel to happen again because obviously Singapore is a small country. A big part of the economy is because of tourism. The government is trying to kickstart it with local tourism. They gave $100 to everyone to spend on local staycations and yes, to go to the
Nice.
zoo, to do
Yes.
anything, you know. But
Visit a
then,
panda.
yeah, but then, yeah, it's not enough. The airlines, you know, Singapore Airlines is bleeding, and so they really have to find ways and means. So they are even starting to do concerts. I mean, like, you know, limited number of people, but they have to go for testing. I went for a cruise to
Okay.
nowhere.
So
We
from
just
where to where? From which port?
Nowhere.
nowhere.
So
So
from
just go
Singapore
to the island, to the waters
up
of
to
Malaysia and
up
Indonesia.
to the
Ah,
sea.
Just in the waters of Indonesia
but
and
but
Malaysia, but then come back to
but
Singapore.
the ship was moving, right?
Yeah, so we actually sailed 2 nights.
Okay.
You
Not
know,
not only got on a ship that docked
yeah, you
somewhere.
just and then before you get on the ship, you do the testing,
Okay. Okay.
rapid testing, and all that stuff. So they are trying to do all these things to kind of give people the confidence to restart the tourism thing. But then, yeah, it's just getting used to the idea of going on a cruise to nowhere and wearing
Yeah.
masks everywhere and still doing contact tracing. You know, the on board the ship, every section of the ship that you go.
Right.
Yeah, very interesting experience.
Mm.
How about a flight to nowhere? Does it
No,
did it happen in
It didn't
Singapore or
happen.
something?
It
no,
didn't
it did
happen.
not. It did not. It did not happen.
We
Okay.
had it in
Okay.
Yeah,
Brunei,
yeah.
which
But
which the flight was
surprisingly,
sold out.
Dinah.
the cruise to nowhere is a very good response.
Very
Okay.
Yeah,
good response.
very
It's
good
full.
response. Yeah, it's full. Okay, even I want to book, I can only book off from July onward.
Okay.
Wow.
It's all fully booked now. Yes.
Yeah,
Right. Right.
I
And
snapped it straight away.
Diana is
Dinah.
saying there was flight to nowhere in Brunei.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
we had that. Yeah, so it was
Okay.
like popular last
Can you
year,
share?
but basically, like I don't know how much they charge, but it was a sold out flight. So basically, you just get on the plane, they just like make a round So you get to see like KK a bit, and then after
Uh-huh.
that you just go back to Brunei.
Uh-huh.
But people loved it because people were desperate to travel.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm not
Ho-
sure if they're
ho-
still doing it, but yeah, like that
uh,
that received a really good response.
how about plan to open up the country for international travels for Brunei?
For now, it's still on only for important travel, not for leisure.
Okay.
Yeah, so only if you need to go out for work or we need to get like important people from outside to come in, finish your
Mm-hmm.
quarantine, and then yeah, they can stay. But leisure, it's still a pipe dream away.
Okay. Okay, same. How about now Indonesia, Davy? Davy still with us? Davy, can you share with us a little
Yeah, I'm
bit
here. Yes.
about a plan for Indonesia to opening up for international travels once again? Is there any plan this year
Well,
or early next?
there is only travel in between countries with Indonesia for very limited categories for
Mm-mm-mm.
business, but tourists are still not allowed to come in. But
Uh-huh.
the government is considering of relaxing, perhaps maybe in July.
Uh-huh.
But it's still something that the government still needs to reconsider all the factors. Public health and safety is still number one, but
Yes.
there is a target to start relaxing restrictions
Mm,
in July. But
right.
we'll see if there is an increase in the number. Most likely there is possibility that they will temporarily suspend any travel. We'll have
Okay.
to see the situation later.
Okay.
The
So
pandemic
still,
is so uncertain, yeah.
yes. So
But the
every
government
every
is
country still
at
like.
first, yeah, they had encouraged for a short time. They had encouraged domestic tourism,
Mm-hmm.
but it's still very difficult to go places because we
Mm,
had to
mm.
take the test, and sometimes there are some certain restrictions as well in the cities that we're going to travel to.
Yes.
But the government is trying to encourage more tourism, but
Uh,
the people are still unsure. But now we're in
mm.
the month of Ramadan. This is the month where
Ah.
people start planning to go home to their
Okay. That's good.
hometowns. But the government
Uh-huh.
said, no, you cannot go home.
No. Okay.
So there is a nationwide restriction that
Mm.
by a week before the holy Idul Fitri holidays,
Mm.
no travel nationwide. So
Mm.
that's
Mm.
the plan right now. That's what's
Yeah.
going on. So people are like a
Yeah.
little bit upset that they cannot go home
Uh-huh.
for the
Right.
holidays, but we do understand. It's been a year of the pandemic, and it's better to be safe and sorry, and perhaps
Yes.
bring the disease to our loved ones in the
Mm.
kampongs and the villages. So we
Yes.
understand
Mm.
that it's the restrictions are
Right.
there for safety reasons.
Right.
Mm.
Now there's
Yeah.
one friend from Indonesia said hello to you. Hello.
I-
Oh, hello.
Ibu. Ibu.
Ibu. What is Ibu?
Mother.
My mother.
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 Ma'am.
Oh, sister.
Yes.
Okay.
Uh,
Okay.
okay.
Um,
For
Here's
when I
Oti
was
Singapore.
from
having
Jakarta.
Yeah.
when I
Yeah.
was having my stay home notice, I was watching a lot of Channel News Asia, and so I saw Davy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Oh,
Yes,
for
Mm.
Singapore.
I
Singapore.
temporarily
Yeah.
do some freelance work for Channel News Asia.
I
Yeah.
see. Mm. Yeah.
Desmond would like to say something.
Yeah, for Singapore now, the government is still in the process of discussing opening border with many countries, and
Mm-hmm.
also at the same time, also in the process of discussing the vaccination passport.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah. Yeah.
what is the best way how to
Yes.
present the vaccination passport that the country recognize? Okay, for
Right.
citizen to
Right.
enter into the countries.
Mm,
So this
mm.
is one of the things that our government currently is doing. Okay, the vaccination passport.
Okay. Good. For Thailand. Okay. Early this year, we had the second wave. Right. So
Mm,
the country has been in I could say semi lockdown for 2 months. We started to be open again in March, and just for about 5 to 6 weeks, then the the number of cases, rised
Mm.
gone up.
tremendously
Mm.
because of if you read news, because of
The
people
bar.
going to pubs and bars and entertainment
Yeah,
venues,
and
lots of them.
entertainment.
So now about 1,500 new cases per day, which is very high. We used to have like 19 per day, 9 per day. Now it's like 1,500, and that's because of you know our own people love hanging out. So now, from now until the end of April, no, not encourage everybody to go out of home or travel cross region or cross provinces. Yeah, it's now very serious. Now it's like red zone once again in Thailand. Okay, so plan of opening up the country first. They thought of the 1st of October, and then
Mm.
business sector talked to the government uh, to make it earlier to the 1st of July. But as the third wave hit Thailand, we do not know yet whether we should
Mm.
open up the country or not, because within the country now, a lot of problems. And we used to have 40 million visitors per year.
Mm.
I think this year is less than 0.1% of that number.
Mm.
Like not even one out of 1,000.
Mm.
So now we really have to rely on domestic tourism.
Mm.
Uh, and
Mm.
yeah.
How about now, Thai New Year?
Oh, no, no water splash. Okay.
No.
Because the third wave hit us early April in the
Mm.
like the first or second week.
Mhm.
So for Songkran or New Year in
Mm.
Thailand, every most of us canceled our trips. Most of us stayed where they were, at home, or they did not move. Mm, most of us. And now until I had to cancel some of my trips this month,
Mm.
and and wait to see the situation, and it really affected my work.
Mm.
And now I could say that it's kind of funny a little bit, but it's not funny that this wave happened from people who enjoy entertainment
Mm.
in
Mm.
entertainment places, and a lot of famous people in our society, both like novel celebrities and also people who work in high ranking positions in many circles. So now, amazing Thailand. Yeah.
Mm.
There are always something quite amazing if you read news, like some of the quite how to say, like very strange cases
Mm.
that happened during COVID-19. Yeah, but anyway,
Mm.
we have to live with it, and we still don't know how long from now. Okay, so okay, my camera.
Yeah.
Uh,
Think
Oh,
he
he has the
disconnected.
call. Oh, we came back.
Yeah.
Came back. Yeah.
because the
Don't leave
battery.
us.
Okay, the battery from my like my Sony camera is off. Now I use my laptop. Okay, now last last thing for the night. I would like everybody to share one word, okay, for the audience, for our friends around ASEAN, around the world. One word that is used, for us to keep on fighting with COVID-19, to have some encouragement to go on
Mm.
with our lives,
Mm.
within our country.
Mm.
Maybe okay, from Desmond,
All right. For me, I
what
should
that word would be.
say positive. Positive.
Positive.
Positive. Yeah. Everything have to be remain positive. All
Mm,
right. So everything will be okay. All right.
yeah.
It's a
Everything.
matter of time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So you will be all right.
Yeah, we'd be okay.
Yeah.
Okay. How about Diana?
I'd say hopeful.
Hopeful.
Yeah. So like, we shouldn't lose hope just yet. Like things are getting better and will get better.
Okay. Right. How about Nadia?
I don't know if this is the most appropriate word, but I think the first thing that came up was kindness. I
Hmm.
think if everyone were to think about how their actions would impact someone else,
Hmm. Hmm.
whether it's um, if I were to wear or not wear a mask, or sanitize my hands or not sanitize my hands, or the list goes on. Yeah, so kindness.
Yeah. Kindness. Wow. And Lainey?
Haha.
This is
Same.
the word. Ours is very similar. My word is care.
Care. Okay.
Yeah, I feel the whole world is actually suffering right now,
Hmm.
and there's
Hmm.
so many that could benefit from a little bit of care from all of us. A
Huh.
little, yeah, that's why
That's what
it's
I
related
said.
to related to your kindness. So it's, yeah, we, if anything, now is the time that we should show care and kindness to anyone, and it's not just kindness in terms of material possessions or finance or monetary value. Kindness in terms of understanding people and being more um, appreciative that everyone's going through a tough time. So
Right.
mental health as well, and yeah.
Yes.
So
Yes. Great. And
that's my
before we going to Davy, our friend said, "How are you, everyone?" Okay.
food.
Our friend from YouTube channel. Okay, and our Filipino friend has joined, Doran from the Philippines as
Gandang
well.
gabi, Doran.
Gandang gabi. We have quite a few friends from the Philippines who follow like my channels on Facebook and YouTube. All right, how about Indonesia? What would that word be for you, Davy?
Oh, okay. Well, from
One word,
Indonesia,
one word.
because I can't hear you. Your voice is like breaking up a little bit, so I
Okay.
didn't hear my cue. um, well, from me, I think the word I would use would be faith.
Faith.
Faith
Okay.
in faith that the end of the tunnel will be coming. The end of COVID, hopefully.
Yeah. Oh, faith.
Oh,
Oh,
okay. Oh,
We have faith in Davy.
oh.
How are you? And she
Mm,
disappears. Okay,
mm.
faith. Good word. Okay. For me, let's
Yeah.
continue. Um, I always think of this word every time I walk down the streets of Bangkok. The word is community. We have to care about the whole society, the whole community, not just for ourselves. Yeah.
Mm.
Okay, Devi. Devi.
Please,
Okay.
The
please,
connection
please
Not
suddenly
repeat
just
that.
for.
stopped.
Okay,
Yeah.
Devi. Probably
welcome
back to
back.
you. Okay, faith.
Sorry, the connection suddenly dropped.
Okay.
Can you still hear
Do
me,
you wanna?
Art?
Yes.
Yes. Please go
Yes,
on with
yes, yes.
your word, faith. Do you wanna say something for faith?
Oh, I'm back. Sorry, the connection dropped.
Mm-hmm. Right,
So yeah, just
Devi?
have faith.
Yes. Okay. Pray every day. Okay. For me, my word would be community or society because as I walk on the streets, I s- every day I see people. Most of them wear masks. A few of them do not. So what are in their minds? I think they think of different things. Those people who do not wear masks, they think of themselves more than the rest, than the community, than the society. If you go, those who obey the rules given by governments of any particular country, that means that they care for others. Like they have kindness for others, they care for others, they think of other people more than you know themselves alone. So I think this is really important because we live in the same planet, the same world. One person could could affect our little community, our big community, our world community. We don't know. Yes, because this disease just happened only from one person, right?
Mm.
Now it's 100, nearly 140 million people.
Mm.
Yeah, so let's care for others. Let's give kindness for others. Let's what is your word, Desmond?
Mm.
Positive. Let's stay
Positive.
positive.
Let's
Positive.
think
Stay
positively
Yeah.
and let's hope for the best. Let's be hopeful. Okay.
Yeah.
And
Mm.
so the things would be better for our world community.
Yeah. And we are in the one ASEAN community too.
Yes, and
Yes.
ASEAN community. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much. It's been a great session again tonight for the past
Mm.
1 hour and 20 minutes. Okay. Wow. And
Mm.
Davy.
Will we be able to hear the song again?
Okay, let's
Oh yeah.
end up tonight with a song, right? So
Mm.
let me try sharing this.
Mm.
Okay, I need a second device. Share screen.
Okay.
Share screen
Mm.
with, and we need the sound as well, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do we plan to have like a second song for the year?
Yeah.
Uh,
Okay. Let me try if we could see this. 1, 2, 3. No, is it this one?
no, not
It's
yet.
loading.
I'm, so,
No,
I'm
this is
No.
sorry.
It's
Sorry.
Desmond's page.
Uh,
it's an
that's
update on the COVID in ASEAN.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, please wait. We're going to listen to this once
Yeah.
again. Share screen, share screen. Okay, I hope it is this one. Right?
Still
Not yet.
loading.
Okay.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, let's end this session together by listening to this music video. The song We Are Unity.
Thank you, Art. Thank you,
Yes.
Desmond.
Thank
Yes.
you.
Thank you, Diana. Thank you, Nadia.
Thank you.
Yes, thank you everybody. Hope the sound is all right.
You need to increase the volume. I think.
Okay.
A dream of what I wanna be. I wanna be free. That's what my heart keeps telling me.
Give me your hand, we'll find a way. There are people out there that feel the same. And if we help each other, I just know we can succeed.
We are one, but we are different. We're from all around the world. We share the same sun, we share the same oceans. We are every boy and girl.
Come together and share our dreams. We'd be among the stars, and we know that it's destiny. We are unity. We are unity.
I do believe, oh, I believe in destiny. It's up to me to make it into reality. Give me a hand, we'll find a way. There are people out there that feel the same. If we help each other, I just know we can succeed. We are one, but we are different. We're from all around the world. We share the same sun, we share the same oceans. We are every boy and girl. Come together and share our dreams. We'll be among the stars, And we know that it's destiny that we are unity. No matter where you're from or who you are, if we can find a common place to be, then we are friends. Oh. We are one, but we are different. We're from all around the world. We share the same sun, we share the same oceans. Ooh. We are one, but we are different. We're from all around the world. We share the same sun, we share the same oceans. We are every boy and girl. Come together and share our dreams. Be among the stars. And we know that it's destiny. We are unity. We are unity.
And it ended.
Hello. Hello.
Sorry.
The internet connection.
Oh, it's there.
Yay!
Woo. Okay. The credits.
Finally, how many
We are unity.
Woo! Yeah.
Art, do
Okay.
you have the number of views for the total? I mean, roughly the total number of views from the different major sites for
I
this
think about
video?
about 13 million
13 million?
Wow.
from all channels, from everybody's.
13 million.
Wow.
I think so.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
Oops.
That's
Wow.
scary.
Ah.
Look how
Yeah.
you brought Desmond. 13 million.
Right. Is that
Yeah.
is it
Wow.
right? Yeah. I think about that,
It's
and then
possible.
o-
Possible.
okay. Another comment, lastly, by our friend from the Philippines. Okay.
Mm.
We know we can succeed to fight COVID-19. Okay. If we help each other. Thank you so much. So Devi is trying to reconnect. Okay.
Okay, she's
All right.
back.
Okay. So thank you so much for tonight, everybody. I hope we could do something together once again this year. It's not too late to initiate something new for our ASEAN community, probably from any country, from anyone. Okay.
Mm.
And hopefully we could do from our home online once again, whether it be music or something else. Okay. For tonight, okay,
Mm.
keep in touch and hope to see you again. Okay.
Take
All right.
care,
Thank you.
everyone.
Thank you
Right.
so much.
Bye. Take care.
Good night.
Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, bye bye.
Bye.